Hey, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. This will be an update for my old new gifted blue project pan. I always forget the blue for some reason, but this was created by Jessica Lee for Misty, and we're supposed to update on the 24th every month, but no one else is doing this project, at least on YouTube. I'm pre-filming this by 2 weeks just because I won't be rolling anything out. Like, I hit my goal on something today and nothing else will be rolled out, so I don't know when this will be uploaded. Hopefully, if I'm pre-filming by 2 weeks, it will be uploaded on time, but I'm the only one on YouTube doing this anyway, so we update whenever I update. In case you haven't seen this before or don't really know what it's about, I'll leave the playlist linked in the description box and at the end of the video. But yeah, there's a lot to catch up on because this is my second year doing this. It's just gonna keep going until I stop, really, which I'll never stop. But I'll get started with the update. So the first thing is my old product, and just like since the beginning of the year, it's been a lip treatment, like lip balm, lip mask type product, and I've been panning my Tony Moly lip balm. So last month I rolled this in, well, 2 weeks ago I rolled this in. This is the first, I was panning the banana one. I finished that one, and now I'm panning the peach lip balm. I put these in for old, even though they're not super old. I bought I have 3 of these, or I had 3 of these in total, and the banana and the peach one I bought in 2023, so they're going on 2 years now. So I figured for a cream product that I'm putting on my lips, that's old enough to warrant a spot in the old category. But yeah, my goal is to finish this. It's kind of my overall panning goal this year to finish as many lip balm, lip treatment products as I can, because I think I had, at the beginning of this year, I had almost 20, which is obviously way too much, and I'm not really gonna let myself buy any until I get down to just a few, because why would I need to buy more if I have them? Anyway, this is how much I have left. It's only been 2 weeks, so of course it's not gonna be anywhere near empty yet. I think this will at least take me 2 full months to finish, and again, it's only been 2 weeks, but I feel like I have made a pretty decent dent in here, and the next time I update will hopefully be around the regularly scheduled time. So that would mean I have about 6 weeks with this. I feel like potentially I could finish it in that time, and I know it took me like a lot longer to finish the banana one than I thought, when I was like, oh, I bet I only have half left in here. And I think it took me about 3 months to finish that one, or it took me like 2 months and then an extra week after the update. So I don't know, maybe I'm doing the exact same thing where I think I'm gonna finish it super fast and I don't, but I feel like just based on, because I can actually see in this one, whereas the banana one was an opaque squeezy tube, I couldn't, because I can actually see the progress that I'm making every time I use it. I feel like potentially I could have this done by next update, but it doesn't even matter right now anyway. It's staying in the project. Sorry, I got a call. But moving on to my new item. Now, my new item has, I think since I started the project, I've consistently done this. Unfortunately, I've been able to do this since I started the project, but it's always a palette that is either like brand new or at least untouched for me, and my goal is to use it no pan left behind. And I did that again last month, but for the first time ever I did a face palette instead of an eyeshadow palette. I don't have it with me because I've already packed it away. I can't remember what the exact name of the palette is. I'll put it on the screen. But it was a Tarte face palette. It was just 4 shades, but it had 2 highlights and 2 blushes, and I actually used every shade twice, so I did meet my goal. But I brought it with me while I was out of town, and I was out of town for like 3 days, and then I ended up using it the day after I came back into town as well. But I ended up just pairing the 2 warmer like blush and highlights and then the 2 cooler blush and highlights, and just use them twice together, and it worked out perfectly. I'm holding my blue item. It worked out perfectly because while I was out of town as well, I also brought a quad with me, which had an eyeshadow quad, and it had 2 warmer shades and 2 cooler shades. So every day that I used that face palette. I also used that eyeshadow palette, and then I also had like a bronzer contour palette in that was a 4 use goal. So for 4 days straight, I was literally just using like these different palettes and projects. So that you didn't ask about that, but I just thought it ended up working out so perfectly. So I really did enjoy using that palette. It's really, I just like it. It's nice. It's very simple and easy and straightforward. Granted, I do like to have more than just blush and highlight. I kind of, in a face palette, I do like to have pretty much like as many face products as possible, but just as like a little cute quad to bring, you know, on like a quick weekend trip, it was nice to have. And I think the shades blended very well and they were good quality, so very happy with that. And it was fun to put in like a different type of palette into this project. Now moving on to my gifted item, which is usually samples, and this time it was another sample pack of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, you know, the glowy thing that is super viral and every brand has duped now. I just randomly, like a few months ago, got a sample card of it, even though that product has been out for years. And my goal was to use all of the samples. It was kind of like the entire shade range, and as you can see, I've done that, and I did it today. This is what I'm wearing as my base product, and then I've just powdered on top of it. But I used all of them for all of my cream products, including, I mean, other than I used a color corrector, including what I'm wearing under my eyes as like a concealer type product. So I used like the 2 lightest shades under my eyes. I used the 2 deepest shades as like my bronzer and contour, and I did a tiny bit of chin contour. Probably doesn't look the best because I'm not used to doing it, but it's okay for filming. And then I used the 2 middle shades kind of like everywhere else on my face, so it worked out pretty well. I did have to double powder because it was, of course, a lot of super shiny product all over my face, and I didn't want to have any transfer, so I did 2 layers of powder. But I feel like I still look perfectly glowy and I don't look super dry, so yeah, I'm liking the look. Of course, this was just a one-time thing because it was just a sample card, but yeah, I had a good time using it, I guess. Another one of my panning goals, just like last year, is to use as many sample, like complexion samples as I can, because I always get them in orders and I never ask for them. So yeah, I'm happiest about getting that out of my collection. And then finally, my blue item is my e.l.f. makeup remover. This is the e.l.f. Off makeup remover from the Holy Hydration line, which all of the Holy Hydration line is blue, which makes it really easy to just, if I don't have anything to put in this project for the blue category, I go with e.l.f. I wrote this in last month, and I think it was like, I had maybe a third of it left. I was probably somewhere around here. I honestly can't remember, and I don't know if I marked it, but my goal is to finish it, and that's exactly what I did. So the previous month, or the previous like 2 months, I had my makeup removing like cleansing balm from the Holy Hydration line as well, and I think I had finished it like that day or the day before, and I was like, well, instead of just opening another one of those, because I, like, when I filmed that, I had just like that day realized that I was moving, so I wanted to try to finish as many open products that I had as possible before the move, so I didn't have to like haul a half empty item with me. So yeah, I threw this in just to try to finish it as soon as possible. So instead of opening a new cleansing balm, I kind of just used this. I was also trying to go through my like cotton pads, so instead of using my cleansing balm to remove my makeup before washing my face, I would just put a bunch of this on a cotton pad and use that to take off all my makeup, then wash my face. Then whatever was left like around my eyes from my eyeliner and mascara, I would just use a bit more of this to remove. So that's how I was able to get through this so quickly. I was using this for 2 steps in my makeup removing routine instead of 1 as I usually do. So I'm very glad that I have another thing that I don't have to bring with me and pack. But now moving on to the roll-ins. So other than my old item, everything will be a new product for this project. So starting with new, of course I have a new eyeshadow palette to put in. This is the Terra Moon Space Chemistry palette, which I am so excited for. I have wanted this since this released, maybe like over a year ago now. If you know me, you would know that I love both space and chemistry. Those, I originally was going to college for astrophysics, but then I had to change my major because of the college I actually went to, and I was a chemistry major. So when this released, not only do I just love Terra Moon so much, I just thought the theme was so perfect for me, and I love the packaging. I didn't get this until, well, I didn't receive this until this past month, like very tail end of March, but I ordered this like very tail end of February, I think. So it took quite a while to get to me. But I'm so excited to have this and to use it. I haven't even swatched it yet, so I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. I did swap out one shade, which is this one called, I think it's Meteor Sand. You're allowed to swap that for a different matte, so I chose the shade Asteroid, but everything else is how the palette originally comes. And I'm actually very glad that I swapped out the matte, because there's a much bigger difference between the two mattes in this palette. Before, I think they were both like medium tone browns. So I'm just very excited to use this. I'm not gonna swatch now because I don't have time. Again, I have to get back to the last bits of packing, but yeah, I'm just so excited to use this. I'm really hoping that I love it, because I used a coupon code, but other than that, I did pay full price. I didn't wait for a sale. I snatched it up as soon as it came back in stock. I bought it with the Lovers on the Sun Lunar palette. So I snatched it up as quickly as possible. So I'm hoping that it was worth the cost and the shipping and the waiting. Like I said, my gifted item is almost always a sample, and this update is no different. I chose a perfume sample. This is the Armani My Way perfume sample. I've panned a few of these before. I don't know if I have specifically in this project before. Sorry if I have. I've been doing this project for a very long time. Sorry, I got another call. I'm just very popular. But it's all about the move. Speaking of the move, I just wanted to put in a perfume sample for at least some project, because I actually won't be updating my perfume sample project pan until after I like move into my new space, because I just have too much going on, and I don't want to have to I want to film and like worry about filming as little as possible before. I want to focus on the important stuff. But spoiler, I've nearly finished all of the perfumes that were in that project. So other than like the one fragrance that I'll be packing with me in my luggage flying over there, yes, it's an out-of-state move, but I won't have any perfume. So I figured, like, just because I always like to have a fragrance in my work bag, I want to still be able to do that just for like touch-ups. So I figured I should put a fragrance or a perfume sample in some project. And yeah, my goal will be just to finish this. I figured this will go pretty well with what I'm planning on bringing with me, which is the Bath & Body Works Rose Water and Ivy fragrance. I have both the body spray and the lotion, which the lotion is in my 25 and 2025 project. So I figured they're both floral fragrances, so this should go pretty well. And that's pretty much what I'll be wearing like all of April, I'm guessing. Finally, my blue item is a moisturizer from the brand Derma E. I think it's Derma E. That's what it says in big letters on the packaging, but this just came in like one of those sample bags from Ulta. There's actually a lot less product in here than you would think. It's only about half full, so I don't know why they had to use this size packaging, but the packaging is blue, so I figured it would be perfect opportunity to not only fill the prompt in this, but also have like a travel size moisturizer to bring with me while I'm like unpacking, so I don't have to unpack everything right away. I can just throw this in a little travel bag and have a moisturizer with me for a few weeks. So as always, my goal will be to finish this, and I definitely will have this done by next time. Also, honestly, I am anticipating another complete refresh for next update. Sorry, there are kids playing outside. But yeah, that's all I have for this update. I know I got interrupted a few times, sorry. I will just see you in my next video. I gotta go make some phone calls. Bye.